here we have turn 1, Thorgrim Grudgebearer. Usual sort of setup. It honestly, like, it's this took me ages to. So if you're like me and you're a bit of a perfectionist, you pretty much want to go through the game without losing your armies and your lords and stuff, because that's just how it is, right? So I have found a way of getting the best start in all the difficulties, basically. So first things first, we're going to fight this guy. Now I'm going to auto-resolve these battles just for the sake of the speed of the video, but I would really recommend you fight them, because you can do it without taking as many casualties. So with the auto-resolve in Warhammer 3, obviously with the melee buffs, you want to be going really for Dwarf Warriors and sort of getting the Silver Road as quickly as possible. I'm going to sack all of these, and there is a good reason for this. We want Oath Gold. One of the Dwarfs' main powers is Oath Gold. Now, you're going to probably disagree with the build that I do, but again, it's up to you. I'm just going to make it... I'm making it easier for myself. This will make it easier for you guys in the long run. Okay, so we'll get rid of that. That's going to give us some money. That. Oh, I forgot to recruit Dwarf Warriors. So, what you want to be doing is recruiting Dwarf Warriors every single turn. Just because when you get to Mount Gumbad, you're going to want a full stack. But it's fine. Doesn't matter at all when it comes to this part, because we can pretty much do it without a full stack. You can do it without a full stack. It's very, very easy. Because there is a way of them coming out and attacking you. Basically, you sit in ambush stance, but yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And I hope you guys are well. I know the Warhammer 3 world in life is sort of plummeting at the moment, but I'm just going to right now give a quick shout out to Grim and Cedro. They have been streaming this pretty much constantly. They are very entertaining, they're a good laugh, and they are very, very, very funny. They don't just talk about Warhammer and stuff in their streams, they talk about all sorts. It's a good laugh, and I highly recommend giving them guys a view, because like I say, they are extremely entertaining and you won't be disappointed. No pressure, Grim and Cedro, which they probably will be feeling now. So, Dwarf Warriors. Oh, Giant Slayers as well, hell yeah. Dwarf Warriors, we want to be getting some money, and the reason for that is because we are going to be building a second army, because you are going to need a second army, because you get absolutely mullered. You get attacked for these guys, you get attacked by these guys, you get attacked by these guys, you get attacked by these guys if they don't confederate all the way up, you get attacked by the rats over here, you get attacked by the rats over here, you get attacked by Scarbrand if you leave him alone. There is a lot of enemies, a lot of enemies, and you can occasionally get attacked by these guys as well. So, loads of enemies, and be very, very careful getting access to Zufbar, because the vampires declare war on you as well. So, lots of enemies, lots and lots of things to do, and if you're like me, you can't really play this campaign defensively. You can, it's just it just makes life very, very difficult for you in the long run. So my advice is follow this. Get a second army, get a good start, and then you will be away. And then with those 2 armies, you can either defend or you can go and take Black Crag and things like that. It's entirely up to you guys the way you want to play, but this is, in my opinion, the best way of not getting your ass absolutely handed to you by all the other factions in the long run. So what you got to remember is what this does as well is this sets you up for mid to end game as well. So when you're ready to push, if you're a bit like me, you play a little bit defensively, you don't spread too quickly, which I think is massively important, especially like the factions like the dwarfs, because you need technology, you need your tech up before you can start hitting things like vampires and things like that. You need your heroes, you need your guns, otherwise you can get in a wee bit of trouble. But like I say, I would recommend fighting these battles. You can do it with a lot less casualties if you're good. If not, it doesn't matter, you can do it anyway. Like you can auto resolve if you're a little bit not, well, you know, if you're not as good in the battles. But the best way of getting better in these battles is to play them and practice, guys. It's the only way you improve. Oh shit. See, this is another thing that I love. The back button. They have a back button. Finally, you're not stuck. If you make a mistake, you can actually go back for once. Always check your Slayer pit. It's going to be handy in the long run. So here he is, turn 3, guys. Still got 1 army. I know what you're thinking, but you said we were going to get. But Viking knows we're going to get the second army. Don't need the second dwarf army until about turn 5. But again, if you want to do it early, you can. But I recommend that you wait until about turn 5. Give yourself a chance to build up some money, because again, you don't want to be going bankrupt. You want to keep leveling up your cities, building better buildings. You guys know how to play the game by now, and if you don't, then watch the other videos linked down below in the description. There are plenty of guides and battle tutorials and things like that we've done in the channel, and I hope you guys have enjoyed those. We can always go back to them if that's something that you guys fancy or want to do. Just let me know in the comments down below, guys. If you want to see something different, let's do it. Different games, different ways of playing the game, challenges. Obviously the Skaven one sort of didn't go quite as well. Nobody wanted to put any suggestions in, which is why I've started these videos. But again, you can, if you want to suggest a challenge or things like that, pop it down in the comments on any of the videos. We get the notifications, and then we can start doing that for you guys straight away. See, money, lots of money. That's what we need. So when we go and take that, don't need that there anymore. We are gonna need grudge throwers. Again, you don't have to follow this exactly. It's completely up to you guys. Turn 4, next turn, get that second army ready to defend. We're not in high pass, so we can get rid of that. Okay, moving on to turn 5. So as you notice as well, guys, there is a hell of a lot more factions in Warhammer 3, but they do go down very, very quickly, I've noticed. It doesn't really tend to matter which faction you play and change in and out of. This number here goes down very, very quickly. So we're in turn 4 and we've already lost nearly 30 factions. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot. maybe not 30 actually, I can't remember what the starting number is, but it's going down. It's just gone down again. It's going down like 2 or 3 each turn. Oh wow, yeah, well there's your 3 right there.
A quest has been issued, mighty lord.
Another thing with these quests, I would seriously recommend you doing them as quickly as you can, especially the Axe of Grimnir. More loot, recruitment cost down 10%, upkeep down 5% in the Lord's army, better melee attack, better armor piercing, and bonus versus large, which means when you start fighting rat ogres, or ogres in general, which, let's face it, they are going to be coming, because these guys get absolutely wiped the floor with. Occasionally I have known Belagar Ironhammer to come down, but watch these guys, they get absolutely slaughtered in most of the campaigns that I've ever played in Dwarfs. Border Princes do not do very, very well in Warhammer 3. As you know, you guys, obviously your experience is different, and they're different each time you load the game. So we're coming in here, you want the Master Rune of Spite, and we are just gonna get some, let's just get some ward save, I think. But yeah, like I say, so you've got 30, which is enough of nearly all of the basic ones at the start. Obviously, the stronger they go, the more expensive that they are. But we are going to go for the 4% war save, because let's face it, every little bit of resistance is going to help our lords survive in the long run. So we are just going to give these to our lords and go from there. So, a little bit of ward save, never hurts. Bit more protection for our lords. And we are gonna come out, not with just not with just the engineer, that would be disastrous. So you want to get to about here. But obviously we aren't going to be able to recruit, so we are probably best off in the underway. I'm going to sit about here and hope that they come out. Again, if they don't, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if they don't come out. Turn 5, you can start your Lord, and in Karazaki Karak we haven't this turn because I just want to make sure that we get Mount Gumbad first, and then we'll do it on turn 6. But again, second army round about turn 5 is what you guys want to be aiming for, because it's going to take at least 2 to 3 turns for Thorgrim Grudgebearer to get back down to the Silver Road. So in doing so, you can already start to build up your second army, and if Thorgrim Grudgebearer gets a little wounded and needs some units, you can always transfer them so they're ready, so he's basically ready to go straight away from when he gets back to the Silver Road. And that's where obviously there's different tactics come in. So we are just gonna collect Mount Gumbad first. Again, you should be able to auto-resolve this straight away. If you can't, then fight it, but don't worry too much. Or you can just sit and go from there. So we don't really want to lose those long beards. Don't really want to lose those long beards, but you can fight this battle. But again, I would recommend fighting this battle because you can do it with much less casualties. But for the sake of the length of the video, I'm just going to auto-resolve. I know we lose the long beards, but honestly, don't worry too much about that because we can get them back. But I would recommend just fighting that because you get much better. Ooh, did we just get another Rune of Spite? Oh no. No, we didn't. I thought we got 2 then. I was like, oh sweet. That'd have been nice. I have been known to get that rune of spite, by the way, as a drop, so you can get it. You can technically get 2. But you have to be very, 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 very lucky. So at this point, I would suggest doing your Axe of Grimnir mission, because you can win it. I've won it before without losing Thorgrim Grudgebearer or the Engineer. Well, we want to build our second army. Ward save, that's not bad. It's up to you which one you use. It really doesn't matter whether you use a runesmith or just an ordinary lord. Does not make any difference. So these guys are going to be starting to make a move. And there you have it, guys. So you want to start building your second army. You've got Mount Gunbad. These guys you don't really need to worry about because they will sort themselves out. You can, of course, use Thorgrim Grudgebearer to take these points, and you can trade them to Ungrim to get an alliance and make your way back down here. But I would definitely recommend by turn 6 starting to get your second army going, because you are going to need that in the upcoming battles, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope I've kept it fairly short and not too boring. It should be just under 20 minutes. So again, guys, I hope this helps. Second army, replacing the troops that Thorgrim Grudgebearer loses. You should of course do this mission as well, because the Axe of Grimnir, it's just worth doing it. Casualty replacement, getting the money, and of course the 100 oath gold as well. It's well worth doing, guys. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.